From toxic relationships to newfound independence, I learned that my worth is not defined by others, and I reclaimed my power to shape my destiny. My name is Sarah, and I'm 32 years old. Let me tell you about the wild roller coaster of a relationship I had with my now ex-husband, Mark, who's 35. Our story is a blend of love, betrayal, and standing up for myself. Mark and I met through mutual friends. It was one of those whirlwind romances where we couldn't get enough of each other. We decided to tie the knot after just a year of dating. Things were blissful, but little did I know what lay ahead. The first signs of trouble came when I met Mark's mother, Linda. She had always been a bit overbearing, but after our marriage, she became outright hostile. She constantly compared me to Mark's ex, which bruised my self-esteem. I kept hoping Mark would stand up for me, but he brushed it off, saying I was overreacting. As time passed, Linda's health took a downturn due to her hair loss condition. She lived a couple of hours away from the hospital, while we were just half an hour away. One day, Mark made a unilateral decision without consulting me, allowing his mother to move in with us during her treatments. I was taken aback, not because I didn't want to help, but because Mark didn't even ask for my opinion. I confronted him about it, and his reaction was dismissive, and he said I would have said yes anyway. I felt like my voice didn't matter. I had this nagging feeling that he was always on his mother's side. Our relationship started to crumble when he began comparing me to his ex, just like his mother did. That hit me hard, and I decided to take some space and locked myself in our room. I spent the night in tears, devastated by Mark's words. I was torn between love and self-respect. The next morning, I woke up determined to have a serious conversation with Mark if he apologized. But what I found was far from an apology. Mark looked miserable as he explained that he didn't mean what he said, and he was stressed about his mother's condition. I tried to understand, but deep down, I couldn't forgive him for comparing me to his ex. It made me question whether he truly loved me or if I was just a rebound for him. A week after Linda moved in, things took a nasty turn. She ignored me completely, giving me cold stares and a sinister smile. When I confronted her about it, she threatened to make my life a living hell. I warned her that I wouldn't tolerate any misbehavior in my own house. One day after work, I came home to find my belongings outside. Mark and Linda had packed my things, and Linda told me to leave because she intended to remove me from my own home. I was furious and hurt by the betrayal. I couldn't believe Mark had sided with his mother to evict me without my consent. I decided to take matters into my own hands. I changed the locks, and with the help of my mother, I got all of their things packed and placed in the driveway. Linda called me, threatening to involve the police, but I stood my ground, asserting my ownership of the house. It was liberating to finally put Linda in her place. Realizing that Mark had kept a major secret about our home, I decided to file for divorce. I couldn't stay in a relationship where my worth and feelings were constantly undermined. It was time to stand up for myself and move forward without the toxic influences in my life. In the aftermath of changing the locks and asserting my ownership, life took a new turn for me. The divorce proceedings were underway, and I was determined to reclaim my sense of self-worth and independence. I moved into a cozy apartment, which felt like a fresh start. It was liberating to be in a place where I could breathe freely without the constant shadow of Linda's hostility. My friends rallied around me, offering their support and love, which helped me heal from the emotional wounds Mark and Linda had inflicted. As the divorce process continued, Mark attempted to reach out and apologize. He acknowledged his mistake in siding with his mother and vowed to make amends. Part of me wanted to believe him, but deep down, I couldn't ignore the years of neglect and comparison. I had to stand my ground and maintain my newfound independence. Throughout the legal proceedings, I discovered that Mark's mother, Linda, had been the driving force behind many of the challenges we faced in our relationship. She had actively worked to undermine our happiness and had even influenced Mark to keep the truth about the house hidden from me. It was a painful realization, but it reinforced my decision to move forward without either of them. The divorce was finalized, and I was officially free from the toxic ties that had bound me. Life wasn't without its challenges, but I embraced the journey of rediscovering myself. I focused on my career and rekindled my passions, nurturing the aspects of my life that had been overshadowed by the tumultuous relationship. Over time, I met new people who appreciated me for who I was and didn't compare me to anyone from their past. I learned to prioritize my own happiness and well-being, recognizing that standing up for myself and asserting my worth were essential for a fulfilling life. Through it all, I discovered the strength within me and the importance of surrounding myself with those who uplifted and supported me. My journey was marked by transformation and growth, and I wouldn't have it any other way. In the end, I had redefined my life on my terms, and that was the most empowering feeling of all. With my divorce finalized and the toxic influences of my past behind me, I embarked on a journey of self-discovery and personal growth. It was time to focus on what truly mattered to me and embrace the newfound freedom that came with standing up for myself. One of the first steps I took was to immerse myself in my career. I had always been passionate about my work, but had allowed my personal life to overshadow it. Now I channeled my energy into my job, and the results were astounding. I received promotions and recognition for my dedication and hard work, reaffirming my belief in the power of self-determination. The support of my friends played a crucial role in my healing process. They stood by my side, offering a shoulder to lean on, a listening ear, and unwavering encouragement. Through their kindness and understanding, I learned the value of genuine friendships and the importance of surrounding myself with people who uplifted and supported me. As I delved into my passions and hobbies, I rediscovered the joy of pursuing activities that brought me happiness. I took up painting, started dancing classes, and even began volunteering at a local animal shelter. These endeavors allowed me to connect with like-minded individuals and expand my horizons, reminding me of the beauty and diversity of life beyond the confines of a toxic relationship. In the midst of my personal growth, Mark attempted to rekindle our relationship. He expressed remorse for his actions and the pain he had caused me. Although a part of me still cared for him, I knew that it was essential to maintain the boundaries I had set for myself. I couldn't allow the past to dictate my future. The most significant lesson I learned was the importance of self-worth. I recognized that my value wasn't defined by someone else's opinion of me. By standing up for myself and asserting my independence, I had reclaimed my self-esteem and self-respect. No longer would I allow anyone to diminish my worth or manipulate my emotions. In the end, the divorce became a symbol of my liberation. It marked a transition from a chapter of pain and manipulation to a life filled with self-love, personal growth, and authentic relationships. I had redefined my life on my terms, and I couldn't have been prouder of the strong, independent woman I had become. As time went on, I found myself evolving and embracing the newfound independence I had gained. The lessons I had learned from my past relationship with Mark and the challenges I had faced gave me a sense of resilience and empowerment that I had never known before. One of the most significant transformations in my life was in the realm of relationships. I became more discerning and careful about who I allowed into my inner circle. I recognized the importance of surrounding myself with people who respected and uplifted me, rather than those who sought to undermine or control me. I made new friends who celebrated my individuality and encouraged me to pursue my passions. Their unwavering support reinforced the idea that I was worthy of love and respect, and I began to view myself through a new lens, one that was filled with self-compassion and self-assuredness. My career continued to thrive, and I found myself excelling in ways I had never imagined. I had the freedom to set and achieve my own goals, without the shadow of someone else's expectations looming over me. This sense of professional accomplishment further bolstered my self-esteem and self-worth. I also channeled my energy into giving back to the community. Volunteering at the local animal shelter became a source of joy and fulfillment. It allowed me to connect with compassionate individuals who shared my love for animals and the desire to make a positive impact on the world. The act of giving without expecting anything in return was a powerful reminder of the beauty of selflessness and empathy. As the years passed, I occasionally crossed paths with Mark and Linda, but those encounters were no longer emotionally charged. I had learned to maintain healthy boundaries and prioritize my well-being. Their attempts to rekindle any form of relationship were met with polite but firm rejections. I was no longer willing to compromise my self-respect for the sake of anyone else. My journey of self-discovery and personal growth was a continuous one. It wasn't without its challenges, but those obstacles served as opportunities to further strengthen my resolve and character. I had come to understand that true happiness and fulfillment came from within, and that I had the power to shape my own destiny. Through my experiences, I had redefined my life on my own terms. I had become a woman who was unapologetically herself, who stood up for her worth, and who thrived in the freedom of self-determination. My journey was a testament to the resilience of the human spirit and the boundless potential that resided within each of us.